Hey everyone, how we doing today? Mary Ellen Vanock and Sue Jennings. How you doing today, Sue?
I am just great. Thank you, Mary Ellen. How
Good,
are you?
good. Real estate ladies in North Atlanta. We have some exciting topics today. First, we're going to talk about the top 10 ways homeowners can build the most equity in their house. Ooh, who wants more equity in their house? I
Mhm.
do. And then the neighborhood highlight is Creekstone Estates in Cumming, which is really one of my favorite little subdivisions in Cumming. I really do like that. We are going to talk about what we love about North Atlanta, which is equestrian, everything horses, which is
Mhm.
such a great time. And the design tip of the day is going to be stock up on affordable storage solutions. Well, everybody wants affordable solutions because they're so expensive. Like you go to the store and you're like, oh
Really?
my God, I just got stuff to organize and it cost me a fortune. Ooh, goodness.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So good. I can't wait to hear about that. So let's dig into our neighborhood highlight, which is Creekstone Estates in
Right.
Cumming. So
All right.
fire away.
So Creekstone Estates is located off of 141 on the south side of exit 13 of Georgia 400. And it's a very prestigious community. They have about 340 custom built homes in the community. They have gorgeous amenities, and the whole community was built by a variety of builders. So the homes all go together, but they're all unique and all different and not cookie cutter whatsoever. The homes in this subdivision range in price between 1.1 million up to about 2.5 million or more. And that all depends upon the size, the location within the community, the features, how well maintained the home has been, things like that. But in general, the homes are all very, very nice. And the amenities for the neighborhood as a whole include an somewhere like an 8 to 9,000 square foot clubhouse, a junior Olympic sized swimming pool, an adults only pool, 11 lighted tennis courts with a tennis pro and pro shop. I've played on those tennis courts. They're lovely courts.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and generally, I hate to say it, but the Creekstone teams are pretty good, and they generally, beat the teams I play on. But other than that,
Let's talk tennis now.
they do have a fitness and an aerobic center there that you can participate in and get to know your neighbors. There's also a basketball court, a children's playground, and outdoor athletic fields in Creekstone. The schools in the area are all the highly rated Forsyth County schools, including Shiloh Point Elementary School, Piney Grove Middle School, and South Forsyth High School. And South Forsyth High School, by the way, is rated as one of the top high schools in Georgia. Nearby, Creekstone Estates is conveniently located to shopping and dining destinations. It's just minutes down the street from the collection at
Yeah.
Forsyth, and it really fosters an outdoor lifestyle. Um, you know, it's close to retail shops. It's close to the North Georgia Premium Outlets, which is one of my favorites. So in other words, it has easy access to Georgia 400. And if you go north, you go to the outlets. And if you go south, you go down to Atlanta and Midtown and so forth. It's also a great location relative to Alpharetta and Johns Creek. It's close to Halcyon at exit 12 of Georgia 400 as well, where there's a lot of
Yes.
restaurants and
Uh-huh.
entertainment options. It's just a fantastic neighborhood, and it's one that
I
you should
just love that
continue
neighborhood. It's one of
consider.
my favorites. I love that they all have
Hmm.
really nice backyards. We've sold a bunch of houses in there, and
We have.
it's always a great subdivision to sell people. It's a very desirable neighborhood. So I
Hmm.
really do like that. So thanks
Yeah,
for all
the
that
lots are
information.
beautiful. The trees are beautiful. A lot of the homes are very custom feeling. It's a great neighborhood. It really is.
Yes, definitely. I love it. So today we're going to talk about the top 10 ways homeowners can build the equity in their house.
Hmm.
We want to know. I want to know. That's always good
Yeah,
because we always
yeah,
want to, we're going to live in our house for 30 years. Well, you got to do stuff to it all the time. It's not like
right,
30 years later you do something to it. So let's hear
right,
what you got to say about this
right.
today.
So first on my list is to make extra mortgage payments.
Okay.
So, some people say, well, that's a 13th mortgage payment and I'll squeeze that in December. Well, let me tell you a little bit easier way to do this. There are 52 weeks in a year. So if you make a mortgage payment every other week, so that's, 20, basically 26 mortgage payments in the year, that's really the easiest way to do that. It's a way of spreading out the cash flow. It's a little bit easier on your pocket to do it that way. But making those additional payments really helps you get ahead of the interest expense, and it can make a big difference over time on the equity that you have in your home.
Yes, and that's not even doing any updates to your house. I mean, that's
Right,
easy. You're just putting money in
right,
there. You're putting money in so you can, get that mortgage down to zero, which is,
right.
the
So
goal of many
what I'm
people.
saying is if your mortgage payment every month is like $3,000, make a $1,500 payment every 2 weeks.
Yeah. So that
Hmm.
that's smart, smart,
Right,
smart. That definitely
right,
will give you some more equity in your house.
right.
Definitely.
So another way to build equity faster in your home is to choose a shorter termed mortgage when you have the option. I mean, a lot of people take a 30-year, but what if you took a 15-year? That helps homeowners build equity faster at a, because you're as you're paying your mortgage payments, you're reducing the amount of principal that you owe on the home, and you're reducing it more quickly if you only have a 15-year term versus a 30-year term.
And it's a good thing, like, even though the first time you have a 30-year, go talk to a mortgage lender and
Mhm.
see if you do a 15-year compared to the 30-year and the interest rates go down, it might be the same exact payment. I have a
Right.
client who just did that, where they went from a 30-year to a 15-year, and they're paying like $100 more per month. And they're like,
Mhm.
that is so worth it. So
Right.
really talk to a lender professional with that information, because we can't really help you in that realm. But definitely, if you can go to 15 years instead of 30 years to pay off
Mhm.
and it's only $100 more per month, you can find that $100 to pay.
Right. Right. So another way to increase the equity in your home is to increase the property value itself. And the way you do that is by doing upgrades to the home, such as bathrooms and kitchens, and or adding energy efficient windows is another way of increasing the value. You're not only enhancing the curb appeal, with new windows, but if you also add things like new landscaping or a fresh coat of paint, it all adds value to the home.
Right. And so also don't over upgrade your house with the neighborhood, like over upgrade,
Hmm.
or, you know, look, you're not going to get 100% back on whatever you spent on an upgrade. So
Hmm.
definitely look, there's so much information out there. If I do this, I'll get maybe 80% back on a kitchen or whatever. So look into that as well. You're never going to get 100% back of what you paid. So please put
Right.
that in your head. And a lot of times it's just like anything else, you're doing it for your enjoyment as well,
Right.
So
So one way to get some of that money back, though, Mary Ellen, is to do energy efficient upgrades, such
yes,
as adding, upgrading the insulation in the home, replacing an old HVAC system with a more energy efficient system that really can increase the home's value while reducing your electric bill. Another way to reduce your electric bill is to change out old light bulbs for LED light bulbs.
yes,
You will definitely notice a difference in your electric bill with that, and it really will pay for itself over time.
yes, definitely. Those are always good ones to do. Anything
Right.
energy efficient. Yeah.
Right. So home maintenance is really, really important. Make sure you're keeping a check on your roof, your HVAC system. Pest control's another one. Make sure you're not getting squirrels in your attic chewing through wires and things like that. You really want to ensure that your home retains its value and grows in value as well. And repairs are a big part of that.
And having a termite bond here in Georgia. So we can just
Mhm.
just throw that in there. Maintenance, termite bond, that always goes in my head.
Mhm.
What month you buy that house, that's always when it renews. So always remember termites as well. have a termite bond on your
There's two
house.
types of homes in Georgia, Mary Ellen.
And what are those two?
The homes that have termites and the homes that are going to have termites.
Yes, there you
So
go.
get that termite bond. Don't
Yes,
don't
yes,
be penny wise and pound foolish.
that's right. Because it's really not that expensive at the end of the day. Because if you have to repair and replace that, it costs a lot more money. So,
Right.
look into
Another way to build equity faster in your home is when you have an opportunity and interest rates drop, and you want them to drop at least 1 full percentage point from where you're currently, what your current mortgage rate is, to go ahead and refinance that mortgage at a lower interest rate if the opportunity it becomes available to you. So what this allows then is that more of your payment of principal will be going towards paying down that mortgage faster, which builds your equity in the home.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And that's a good tip that we need to drill into people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
That if the interest rates drop about 1%, that's when you should consider to refinance. So
Right.
that's a good tip. So 1%. So if you have a 5%, it goes down to 4. You have a 6%, it goes down to 5.
Right.
Consider doing that. And also consider maybe doing that 15-year mortgage instead of the 30 at the same time. So get quotes on doing both of those and see which one fits your needs better.
Right. So if you're interested in increasing the equity in your home, one of the things you don't want to do is take out a HELOC and borrow against the home. Not as only as this additional interest expense that you're paying, but it can actually diminish the equity that you have in the home. Now, we want you to limit the borrowing that you do to high ROI investments like kitchens and bathrooms, but don't just get a HELOC and then nickel and dime on that HELOC as far as what you're using it for. So just be very, very smart about what you're doing with that.
Yeah, that's a smart tip.
So another thing is, if you want to increase the equity in your home, stay in your home longer. Don't move frequently, things like that. People that live in their home the longest actually have the most amount of equity in their home because they've had an opportunity to pay down the mortgage, and they've also had the potential for market appreciation.
Yeah, that's a good one there.
So another thing you could do is if you want to build some equity, and if this is allowable by your local laws in your city that you're in, you could rent out some unused space. There are some homes that do have additional apartment units, granny units, or, in-law suites, as they might be called. You could rent these out. Maybe it's a space in your basement. There are additional dwelling units that are approved in certain areas and that you can legally do this, but they can generate income for you. And you can take that income and apply it right towards your mortgage.
Or, you have kids and you can charge them rent. Especially when they come home from college, right? And they start their first job, you're like, okay, you can stay here. And then they're out before you know it. But that will increase
number 10
your
on our list. Number 10 on our list is just do your research of what neighborhoods you're looking to buy in, and look for neighborhoods that have strong growth potential. Areas near new developments, areas with great schools, areas that have improving infrastructure, maybe regentrifying neighborhoods. They all tend to experience faster property value growth and, of course, more equity opportunities for you to increase your equity.
That's good. All right. Yeah. So, I think that we gave you some 10 good tips on, increasing the value and increasing equity. And you really want to save that equity. You don't want to take the equity out of that property. You want to save it. So when you sell your house, you have a big chunk of money. That's what it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to keep borrowing against it. So that's a suggestion there. All right. So what do we love about North Atlanta? This is one of my favorite topics, is the equestrian community. I live in Milton. So where I live, it's like there's horse farms everywhere, which
Right.
is so unique and so cool because there's golf courses and horses and tennis courts and swim and tennis communities. So that's what you
Right.
see in the area of Milton, which is really the equestrian area here in North Atlanta.
Right. And a lot of the
Cherokee.
high schools around here do have equestrian teams. So, not only do these kids have the opportunity to take, a lot of, horseback riding lessons and so forth of all different types, but they also have the opportunity to compete at the high school level on these teams that, are really a great experience for some of these students. But my daughter was an equestrian. She
Mm,
rode with the Alpharetta High School team for a while and then went on to Georgia Tech and rode with Georgia Tech. So it's not just for kids. There's opportunities for people to ride all through their adulthood as well, which is awesome. One of the places you could ride is at Go With It Farm. It's in Johns Creek and in Sandy Springs. They specialize in eventing for dressage and jumping. Its Johns Creek location is perfect for beginners or those returning to riding and in need of lessons, while the Sandy Springs site focuses on competitive level riders, and they do host horse shows there. They offer lessons for all skill levels, and they emphasize a supportive community atmosphere. Then the second horse park location I want to emphasize here is Chastain Horse Park. It's in
mhm.
Atlanta. This is a nonprofit facility that offers therapeutic riding programs and lessons for beginners to advanced riders. And they offer opportunities for the public to watch equestrian events. It's located in the Buckhead area, and it's a great spot for
Yeah,
equine enthusiasts of all ages.
nice.
The third is the Atlanta Saddle Club at Serenbe. Serenbe is on the south side of Atlanta, down 85 as you're going towards Alabama, actually. And Serenbe is a very scenic community. Their facility offers trail riding, lessons, and shows. It's a very picturesque environment, and it makes it a favorite for those who enjoy a mix of leisure and competitive riding.
Mm,
Then in Canton, there's the Sunnyside Equestrian Center. It's a bit farther north, but they offer lessons, boarding, and regular horse shows. It's ideal for families or individuals looking for a welcoming environment with well-maintained facilities. And then the last one, no, not the last one, the second to last one I'm going to talk about is in Powder Springs. It's Ponytail Acres.
oh, I like that name. That's kind of
This,
cute.
this facility offers a variety of lessons, including jumping and eventing, as well as boarding, and a pony club for kids. It's a great place for those seeking a family-oriented barn with a range of activities.
Mm,
And then, of course, in Alpharetta, we have to mention Wills Park Equestrian Center. So the Wills Park Equestrian Center is located at 11915 Wills Road in Alpharetta. It's a 50-acre facility. They've recently rebuilt some of the equestrian facilities there because they do a lot of equestrian events and shows.
mhm.
It's a great place for equestrian enthusiasts, and they offer various amenities and events. The center includes 8 barns, 298 stalls, a large covered ring, which is 150 by 300 feet
Wow,
in
that's a big one.
size. They do have bleacher seating and a viewing room, 2 outdoor rings with all weather footing. It also features 2 schooling rings, a bathhouse for showers for horses, and a centrally located concession stand with restrooms. I mean, it's quite the facility. So the venue itself hosts quite a wide range of equestrian events, including horse shows, rodeos, and non-equine events like dog agility trials and symphony performances. These events are open to the public. They provide opportunities for both participants and spectators. While it primarily focuses on equestrian activities, its versatile facilities are also used for civic meetings and community events. If you're looking to take riding lessons or attend horse shows or simply enjoy the atmosphere of a great equestrian facility, Wills Park might be the place for you to explore.
Yeah.
So it's located in the central part of Alpharetta and provides easy access to nearby shopping, dining, and the highways.
Yeah, and you also have to remember there's so many little farms and little places to also do horseback riding and lessons and stuff. And there's a lot of small little places as well. So these were more of the bigger places, but you can be smaller and intimate with, horses and stalls and rings and stuff and learn that way too as well. So that's awesome. All right. Well, we love equestrian activities in the North Atlanta area. Now we're going to talk about the design tip of the day, which is stock up on affordable storage solutions, which I think is something that everybody needs. We all need this information. So what can you tell us, Sue, about this?
Well, I think the first thing that makes your storage affordable is to get rid of the stuff you don't need.
Oh, yeah.
Donate it. Clean out first before you store anything.
Okay, that's a good idea.
You won't need as many storage bins that way. That's one of the first things.
Yes.
And don't make the mistake of overbuying organizational items. I mean, I love the Container Store just like anybody else. And I'm not picking on the Container Store here at all. I love the Container Store. But sometimes their organizational tools are really over the top. And, but in general, they do offer a nice assortment of baskets, clear storage, and other containers. But you also can be smart about this and maybe look on Amazon for some of these things. Go to Target, go to Walmart, and just see what the options are there as well. But you don't have to do all of one thing or another. You can sprinkle in a few, of the really nice things from the Container Store and then maybe get some less expensive things. And your storage can also evolve over time. You're not going to start out of the gate with everything like totally perfect. But we all have clutter. We all, need to get rid of things, and it takes time. But maybe, one of the best places to start is to, get a few baskets so that you can
get a few baskets
when, they're not in use or,
baskets.
Right. Some empty baskets somewhere like by the front door, your coffee table area, and they're used for a quick cleanup so that you can entertain guests comfortably.
And if you have little kids, that's the best. Like baskets, have them and teach the kids to put their toys away after playing with them, because then that will help you with the storage too as well.
Right. So, exactly.
Some information from some professionals here with kids. Yeah, make sure they put their toys away. So that's all good. All right. Well, that was great information. Today we talked about the top 10 ways homeowners can gain equity in their home. We talked about a really nice subdivision called Creekstone Estates, which is in Cumming, Georgia, in Forsyth County. We talked about what we love about North Atlanta, which is we're very passionate about our equestrian activities. And then we talked about affordable storage solutions, which everybody should use. And what's the first thing about storage is get rid of what you're not using so that you can have less storage stuff in your house. So anyway, well, thank you, Sue, for the great information. We're the Real Estate Ladies of North Atlanta. Follow us on social media, and we're here for any questions. Have a great day. Bye.